So, good morning, those who have joined. In last class, we have discussed about leveling, isn't it? What is leveling? I think just we have started. Next, what is the definition? It is a branch of civil engineering which deals with the relative height of different points on above or below the surface of the earth. Thus, in leveling, measurements are taken in vertical plane. So basically, leveling is done to take the vertical distances, isn't it? From the ground, vertical measurements are taken. And the principle. What is the principle of leveling? It works on the basis of vertical distances, and the principle of leveling is to obtain horizontal line of sight. Am I audible? What is the principle? The principle of leveling is to obtain horizontal line of sight with respect to which vertical distances of points above or below this line of sight are found. So, what is the principle? The principle of leveling is to obtain horizontal line of sight with respect to which vertical distances of the points above or below line of sight are found. Objective, it is done to find out the given point, find out the elevation of a given point with respect to some assumed reference called datum. Okay, terms. Last class, we have discussed about these terms. What is level surface, horizontal plane, vertical plane, level line, and datum. So, what is a level surface? It is a curved surface which is perpendicular to the gravity or parallel to the surface of the earth. And horizontal plane, horizontal plane through a point is a plane tangential to the level surface and perpendicular to the plumb bob. Next is a vertical plane. It is a normal horizontal plane shown by the plumb bob. So if you drop a plumb bob, that will give you the vertical line and level line. Line lying on the level surface. Next is datum line. It is an arbitrary level surface from which elevation of points may be referred. So, datum is a reference point from which you can take the measurement. You can take the elevated measurements. Okay. And mean sea level. It is the average height of sea. It is the sea level for all the stages of sites considered for 19 years period. Mean sea level means it is the average height of sea at all the stages of sites considered for 19 years period. So generally mean sea level is used as a datum to measure the elevation and altitude. Okay. And what is backside and foresight? Already we have discussed. The first reading from a new instrument standpoint that is taken on the height of the instrument, that is your backside. And suppose this one is why it is not share. And what is the backside? This is your forward direction. So this is your foresight, and that will be your backside. Okay. So foresight, the last reading from the current instrument station, which is taken the last reading from a current instrument, that is your foresight. And benchmark, it is a fixed reference point of known elevation with respect to datum. Next is your permanent benchmark. These are the points which is obtained by for survey by some agencies, and these are defined as permanent points such as top of the parapet wall, bridge of or kilometer stones or railway platforms. Okay, so these are the permanent benchmark. You have exam from 10th or from 10:30, I think. So basic rules of leveling. Always you have to start and finish leveling run on a benchmark and a close the loops. Keep foresight and backside distances as equal as possible. Keep line of sight short, that is normally 50-meter. And you should never read below zero point 0.5 on a staff. And you have to use a stable, well defined change point, and beware of shadowing effects and crossing waters. The object which affects on your leveling, you should aware of that. Next is, what are the different types of leveling? One of them is your simple leveling. Next is your differential leveling. Again, we have fly leveling, profile leveling, precise leveling, and check. Reciprocal leveling, okay, trigonometric leveling, barometric leveling, and stadia leveling. First one is your simple leveling. So it is a simple and basic form of leveling, which is in which You have to use leveling instrument which is placed in between the 2 points which elevation is to be found. See here benchmark is given 80. Okay, and you have to find out the points or position of point A. So for that you have to take this benchmark reading and foresight reading. Those backside reading and foresight reading. Okay. So leveling rods are placed at that point and sighted from through leveling instrument. It is performed only when the points are nearer to each other without any obstacles. So this type of leveling is done, which in which you have to suppose take distance in for a short length, and if there is no mm, obstacles in between them, then you have to use simple leveling. Next is your differential leveling. So this type of leveling is done to find out the position of 2 points. In this process, number of inner stations are located and instruments are shifted to each other and observe the elevation of the inner station points. So that is differential leveling is the process to find out the vertical distances from a known elevation point to determine the elevation of unknown points. So here you have to shift the instrument. That means you have to take the inner stations. Okay. First, see here you have to in this figure it is shown that first the instrument is set up in station A. Then you have to take in both backside and foresight reading. And after again the instrument is shifted, then again take the foresight reading and find the elevations. So that is your differential leveling. Next is your fly leveling. So this type of leveling is performed when the benchmark is very far from the workstation. So in such case, you have to take a temporary benchmark which is located in the workstations and which is located based on the original benchmark. So fly leveling is just taken. Fly leveling is just like differential leveling which is carried out to check the accuracy of the leveling work. Okay. That means this type of leveling we do to find to connect the benchmark to the starting point of the survey line. Okay, and in this type of leveling, only backside and foresight readings are taken, and that is your fly. That is called your fly leveling. And this in such case, we have to find a temporary benchmark, and after that, to check the accuracy of the leveling work, we have to do fly leveling. Okay. Next is your profile leveling. Profile leveling is generally adopted to find elevation of points along a line, such as the road, rails, or rivers. The objective is to determine the undulation of the ground surface along the alignment. So already you have done profile surface practically, isn't it? So why profile leveling is important? Because with the help of this profile leveling, we have to plan a layout of any road, railway, road, it may be rivers, rails, and roads. Okay, and these are generally done to find out the to develop the maps, charts, drawing necessary to find out layout any buildings, drains, roads, etc. So there is a basic differences between profile leveling and differential leveling. What is that? In differential leveling, only one foresight is taken for the instrument, but in profile leveling, you may have several foresight readings as per the instrumentation, as per the instrument setup. Okay, so the foresight is subtracted from the height of instrument to find the elevation of the known points. Next is your precise leveling and check leveling. So what is a precise leveling? That is done to find out the benchmark for future public use. It is carried out with high degree of accuracy using advanced instruments like trigonometric leveling. The accuracy of 1 mm per 1 kilometer is achieved in precise leveling. Next is your check leveling. This kind of leveling is carried out to check the accuracy of the work. It is done at the end of the day's work in the form of fly leveling to connect the finishing point and the starting point. So generally fly leveling is done to find out the done in a large area. Suppose you have to find out you have to construct a road, suppose 2000 not 200 kilometers roadway, 100 kilometers roadway, then in that case if you have to find out the accuracy, then you have to do fly leveling. Next is the reciprocal leveling. This method is adopted to find out the accuracy of difference of level between 2 points which are far apart. It is also used when it is not possible to set up level in midway between 2 points. That means if there is two inaccessible points, then you have to use reciprocal leveling. Suppose here there is a river in between the 2 points, then you have to take reciprocal level. Next, trigonometric leveling. This is the process of leveling in which the elevation points or a difference between 2 points is measured from the observed horizontal distance and vertical angles in the field is called trigonometric leveling. In this method, trigonometric relations are used to find the elevation of a point from an angle and horizontal. So in trigonometric leveling, Trigonometric relations are used to find out the elevation of a point from angle and horizontal distance. It is called trigonometry. It is also called indirect measurement. That means here we have to take the angles between the two inaccessible points. That means we have to take the vertical distance between 2 points with the help of some vertical angle measurement. Okay. Next is your barometric leveling. It is a barometer is an instrument used to measure atmosphere at any altitude. So in this method of leveling, atmospheric pressure at two different points is observed, based on which the vertical distance between the 2 points is determined. It is a rough estimation and used rarely. That means these are not used commonly. Next, area leveling. It is a modified form of trigonometric leveling in which the tachometer principle is used to determine the elevation of point. In that case, the line of sight is inclined from the horizontal. It is more accurate and suitable for leveling in hilly terrain. So, method of instrument. So, your syllabus is up to these types of leveling. Okay. Second sessional syllabus is up to this types of leveling. I will share the notes. Okay, you can give your attendance, write your enrollment IDs in chat box. Written. Anyone left? Okay, then you can leave.